Good morning. This is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated Journato morning headlines on October 7, 2022. Once-in-a-lifetime companion, Pebbles, world's oldest dog, dies age 22. Zero COVID. How Tsai's flagship policy is spoiling his party. Kremlin critic Vladimir Kara-Murza accused of high treason. Mother of dead Iranian schoolgirl accuses authorities of murder. The Guardian, Mahsa Amini, how one woman's death sparked Iran protests, BBC News. BBC News, events in Iran since Mahsa Amini's arrest and death in custody. Reuters, Iran protest song that's become the soundtrack to civil uprising. Guardian News, Shervan Hajipour's Baraye has become the anthem of Iran's protests. COP15, world leaders might have to invite themselves to summit. I have a voice, African activists struggle to attend UN climate talks in Egypt. The Guardian, COP27 hosts Egypt issue warning over UK climate action following Glasgow summit. Herald Scotland, COP27 must address challenges of the developing world. Reuters, The Guardian view on COP27, climate justice must take centre stage. The Guardian, COP27 host Egypt warns UK not to backtrack from climate agenda. Two Russians sail to Alaska seeking asylum in US. BBC, Russia-Ukraine war, Russian men seek asylum in Alaska. The Telegraph, two Russians who fled military service sail to Alaska seeking asylum. Evening Standard, two Russian men flee forced military service by boating to Alaska. Biden announces mass pardon for low-level marijuana convictions, slamming failed approach to drug war. The Independent, Biden to pardon federal marijuana convictions. BBC, cannabis stocks surge as Biden overhauls U.S. marijuana policy. Reuters, Biden to pardon low-level marijuana convictions. Russian mercenaries exploiting Africa to fund war in Ukraine. The Guardian, U.S. accuses Russia of exploiting Africa resources to fund Ukraine war. Greek cliff rescue in double migrant tragedy off Lesbos and Kythira. BBC, dramatic migrant rescue after two boats sink off Greece. The Telegraph, many dead in two separate boat disasters off Greek coast. The Guardian, dramatic footage shows rescue operation after boat sinks off Greek coast leaving several dead. Evening Standard, survivors tell grim tale of southern Greek migrant shipwreck. Residential areas in Zaporizhzhia hit as Russia targets cities. The Guardian, Ukraine city of Zaporizhzhia devastated by Russian rocket attacks, BBC News. BBC News, missiles strike apartment blocks in Zaporizhzhia, world. The Times, Russia-Ukraine war latest, what we know on day 225 of the invasion. The Guardian, Ukraine war, mother, I'm scared, Zaporizhzhia city devastated by rocket attacks. Truss declares Macron a friend as pair forge working relationship. BBC, Liz Truss calls Macron a friend rather than foe at EU summit. Guardian News, firm friends again, Truss renews bond with Macron. The Times, Liz Truss confirms Macron friend and Putin foe as she joins EU leaders in Prague. The Telegraph, Truss calls Macron a friend as she attends summit of European leaders. We'll see if our house is still there, civilians follow Ukrainian forces south. The Guardian, Russia left with few additional deployable forces available to stabilize front after Ukraine offensive. Evening Standard, Ukraine reclaims more of the east from Russian troops. Reuters, attempts to play down retreats in Ukraine no longer wash inside Russia. The Guardian, Russia suffered heavy losses and evacuating wounded from Kherson and Luhansk, Ukraine claims. Ukraine war, Biden says nuclear risk highest since 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. BBC, Ukraine war, first time since the Cuban Missile Crisis, we have a direct threat of the use nuclear weapons, says President Biden. Sky News, Russia-Ukraine war, live, Putin is not joking about nuclear weapons, Biden warns. The Independent, Joe Biden warns Vladimir Putin is not joking about nuclear threat. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.